All right, Christine.
Yes, April.
I think I want to just come out and talk about this whole situation with Insta Drama. Part of me was embarrassed about some of the things that happened, and I took a lot of it just as me making poor choices and trusting the wrong people. But two things happened to me recently that made me want to change that. There was, we're going to talk about incidents that happened with some people that I trusted. But there was also a thing going around on Facebook about the fact that we need to rephrase the way we describe certain situations. Like, we talk about how women need to learn how to be safe at night to keep from being attacked. Right. But what we really need to talk about is we need to stop men from attacking women at night. That's the real problem. You know, no matter what you do, the biggest problem is that we need to talk about where the problem is. I felt like I had let myself be victimized. Now, the first victimization I had, well, when you joined this podcast, did you know we were going to talk about some things that were personal in your life?
Yes.
Okay. And when we were talking about it, did you understand that we were being recorded and that I was going to make a show about it?
Of course.
Okay. Because and I want to apologize to anybody that's left our channel because it was so confusing. We were doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got up to episode 12. And then one of the members decided that they no longer wanted to be a part of it because their personal information was coming out. The personal information was information that they had shared on their Instagram. So it wasn't like it was big secret. But so I took their videos out for 2 reasons. And the main reason was that, and I didn't mention this on the show at all, I was systematically being harassed. And this was not right. This individual was texting me nonstop, and I'm going to put up some of the texts right here, was messaging other cast members and saying she needs to take my stuff down. At that point, I wasn't going to take it down because I felt like it was my work and this individual knew what they were getting involved with. In fact, they were excited about it. Nothing I did was like, oh, let me hold a gun to your head and make you do this, or not even cajoling. Ideas that came out were ideas that came from this individual. And I'm also a little bit disappointed because I enjoyed talking about the whole transgender, lesbian thing, but yeah, that went out the window.
To also make other women aware that it is possible.
It is possible, and to let society know that how these individuals are unique, are people, and see the side of them that's not just a sideshow effect. It's more like, and one of the things that I was accused of was taking advantage of the situation to promote the show. All right, okay. I did it because I wanted to promote information across out into the universe, but yeah, of course I'm gonna do stuff for the show. I mean, who doesn't, you know?
Right.
You know, that's what part of entertainment is. But once they decided they were gonna leave, I let them go, and that was it, and I was fine. I was a little bit worried that the momentum of the show was going to slow down, and I know it probably did affect it, because I then had to go in and edit out their shows, and now my timeline looks funny and different, and I did the best I could, and the thing I want to talk about before I go any further is these 3 individuals that I turned out to have problems with. Each of these individuals approached me online. I didn't go out and seek them. I didn't do anything. And each of these individuals said to me, oh, I've been following you. Your messages are so inspirational. I think you're wonderful. But then they get to a point where now all of a sudden they have issues. And I'm still the same person. I didn't change. My message hasn't changed. And the fact that I'm starting to see a pattern, and I'm wondering, and I want your opinion on this too. I think we kind of hinted at it before the show. Do you think this was some kind of extortion thing that they were trying? I don't know.
Honestly,
you don't know.
I don't know what they're trying to do.
It was just so crazy. Okay, so then we're going to go forward, and I removed this person. Then another individual approached me, and not only did this individual, who I'm going to refer to as Trey, not only did she tell me the same thing, I've been following you, I think you're wonderful. She went even further to say she was in love with me, which I was like, okay, you haven't met me, so you can't be that. You know, but you don't want to say to somebody who says something that sweet and make them feel bad. But, and she came on the show willingly offering me certain services and, you know,
right.
and seeming very enthusiastic about it, you know, and then she turned around and said she doesn't want to be on the show anymore, and I had to cut all her videos out. And once again, she did the campaign where she harassed you guys, sending you mad texts. She sent me awful texts and everything. And then, you know, it just like, I cut everything off, and now I was a little bit angry because she knew what I had gone through with Freddie. And for her to turn around and do the same thing, I'm almost at the point where I either want to shut Insta Drama down, or I want to just say to everybody right now, please let me know if you think you're going to go down the road and want all your videos down, so I can mark them. And I can have an easier way of making sure, because at one point I forgot about the sexting one, which wasn't really her except for her name, and she was upset about that. And anyways, I want to just go one step forward. Then there was another individual that I met online. She came to visit my house, and I'm going to go into all the details in the next episode, but this is just a precursor to the rest of this episode, because I had a conversation with Mo about it. And again, she turned around and she was wonderful. She was saying the same thing, how she followed me, she thought I was wonderful, and we had some nice times together, and she sent me nice little videos and stuff. And then she turns around and tries to accuse me of something, which I go into detail in this segment. And I just wanted to say, before I post this, a lot of what happens, what we talk about on the show, is made up. And it's a part of the uniqueness of this. We're doing a kind of a, I don't want to call it a docudrama, what would it be? Fiction or something of that effect. But most of all, everybody that's involved knew what they were getting involved with. And then for these individuals to do what they are doing, you'll see, I'm starting to think that maybe there was some kind of extortion going on. That I was supposed to somehow fall in line here, and maybe, I don't know what they wanted. But don't you think it was messed up?
It was beyond messed up, and for them to like go behind the back, like when I first started with Insta Drama, you explained everything. You know, we do use some of our history and what we've been through and our feelings and emotions with situations,
right?
And at the same time, we're dreaming a little bit and bringing a little fiction into it to keep it, you know, entertaining. And that's what it is. It's entertainment. And if you can't understand that, then don't be on the show. Like, don't give any interest. You know, you could follow us. That's fine. Follow, like, add, you know, subscribe.
And I would really like, if you did get on and decided you didn't want to stay, just go. Don't make me take everything down. I think that's really
right, because it's already posted. It's already posted. It's already set in stone. Like,
and it's a lot
you shouldn't have to go back and rewind.
Right, and it leaves gaps in our little history. And I think maybe one day down the road, you're gonna wish that it stayed. You know, the third individual that I talk about. Even said to me, and I don't see my episode up. Wait a minute, you just accused me of such a horrible thing, and you're worried about your episode being up on Insta Drama? And by the way, you know why I took the episode down? Because the person we were talking about, Freddie, said I had to because we talked about him. And it was, you know, it was integral to the whole conversation, and it was impossible to go in and bleep out every word, you know, and there were several variations of his name that was mentioned, and it's just all stupid. So anyways, I hope you listen to this segment. Keep an open mind. I was terrified of doing it. We recorded this a couple of days ago, and I've been terrified of putting it up because I know that once people hear the R word, everything goes out the window. And believe me, I have never, ever hurt a woman in my life. I've been hurt. And,
right.
Yeah. So, please.
There's always two sides to a story. Right. And there's always one side that comes out first.
And the worst part about all of this is each one of these individuals I helped. I spent money on them. I gave them train travel. Well, Trey I didn't, but I did spend a lot of time talking to her. And I just feel like I don't understand. If someone's nice to me, I feel like if I can't be nice to them back, then I should just leave them alone. I shouldn't,
right.
You know. But anyways, listen.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, and you should treat kind with kind, and it's so funny because the people that treat them the worst are the ones they treat the best.
Right.
It makes no sense. All right.
Right.
Well, watch, listen, comment, tell me what you feel, and subscribe. We're at 69. I want to get to 100 before City of Doms. All right. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks for listening. Wish me luck. You know the whole story, and you know I'm not a bad person. All right. Let's do this. I'm scared. So, this person named Trey that I was involved with wanted to come to my house and visit me. And I was all set for that. Oh, she was even offering to have a baby for me, you know. And again, it was the same thing I made with Freddie. I was thinking I could help them. They could help me. It would be a reasonable situation. So, while we were making plans, and one of the things I wanted to be sure of when they were going to come and Trey was going to come visit me, I wanted to make sure she had a beginning and an end date just in case things went sour, you know. Sometimes you have to set limits. And I said, oh, how long do you think you're going to be here? Because, by the way, a friend of mine is coming to visit me in October. She asked me, are you fucking her? And I was very, very offended by that.
We all remember.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, maybe I've talked about that. So anyways, this is why I don't understand. She hung up on me. She said she didn't want, when I said, what difference does it make? Or I didn't, you know, to me that wasn't important. It wasn't an issue that we needed to discuss, you know. And we weren't in a relationship. I didn't understand the whole thing.
Well, I thought you did understand that you wanted something, you know, very important, like a baby.
Right, but it didn't matter whether or not somebody else was coming to visit me and what that relationship was going to be.
True.
I mean, it turned out that was just a friend, but I have been in a box for 4 years, and I didn't want to go back in the box, but we won't go on all of that. So I just thought since then, Trey would let the whole thing, that was it. I'm not the type of person you wanted to be involved with. Okay, so let's move on. And I stopped communicating with her. I kept getting texts from her, and I wasn't responding, but there were anywhere near 50 or more. And I let that go. So I think we were talking about this to emphasize the fact of why I didn't want to go. I was supposed to go on a trip to New York this past weekend. And I decided not to go because I wasn't sure where this individual was going to end up at. I was also concerned about this Trey's ability to reach out to other people in other areas. And I was even leery of revealing where I was going on Instagram, which is something very unusual to me. So anyways, in the course of all this, I made known to the person that I was supposed to go and who event this was and who was a friend of mine, that I decided not to go because of this person. Oh, I think it came up because she had mentioned she said she had read the post from Trey. And I said, okay, you know, she's the reason why I didn't go to New York. And this person then proceeded to, oh, it was just a stupid thing. I made a joke about it because, and it wasn't even an applicable joke. I said, she didn't like threesomes. And then in retrospect, when I said that, I realized that the person that I was talking to didn't like threesomes either. And apparently, the last time this individual came to my house, I had suggested a threesome. I like threesomes. I think we know that. Because I like to watch. And for some reason that triggered an anger in this person. I'm going to call her Patty. And Patty started throwing the R word around at me. And I was like shocked. First of all, shocked and horrified. Rape is not a word to use lightly. I get angry with people when they sometimes suspect the person who said that they've been raped. But I have to tell you, I have been accused of it, and I now feel a little weird about it. You know what I mean? And I think that this person to falsely accuse someone of it diminishes the value and the pain, not the value, but the pain and the validity of actual rape victims. So I'm going to line this up real quick so you can understand why this person suggested that I stated that I raped, or well, she actually toned it down to attempted rape. Before she came to visit me, I said I was interested in a threesome. She said she might be interested in a threesome, but at the time, she had someone else in mind. Okay, well, a threesome is a threesome. I mean, you know. And when she got here, I had a friend in mind who I wanted to bring over for a threesome, you know. And I suggested this. And she said no. And I said okay. That sounds fair, right? We spent the rest of the weekend together, and she went home. And we were wonderful after that. We texted. She sent me cute little videos. I thought everything was hunky-dory. All of a sudden, when I said that Red didn't like threesomes, and then said, oh yeah, you don't like threesomes either, she got livid, which makes me think that they had been talking. And somehow she was seeing eye to eye with Red's side of the story. You know what I mean? Because I didn't understand. At first I didn't understand why she was getting so angry. Because I said, I know you don't like threesomes. It's just a fact. If you don't like threesomes, you don't like threesomes. It's not for everyone. But at the same time, I don't understand why anyone should think that I should not have them if I like them. I don't like pistachio ice cream. Do you like pistachio ice cream? But
I don't fuck with it.
Right, but if somebody else wanted it, they can have it. It's cool.
Variety right. Is out there.
I'm not gonna tell you I like chocolate and you have to like chocolate too. You're right, it's for everybody. So I didn't understand where the animosity between these two individuals. I know part of it is, and I'm not being blind to that. They want to mold me they want to be with me under their circumstances. Sorry, that's not going to happen. I've been in a box for 4 years, and I'm not going back in that box. Listen, I'm 55 years old. I only have a finite amount of sex time left. Pretty soon, I'm going to be on that nursing home with those needles in my arms, pumping fluid in me just to keep my friggin' brain to go while I'm trying hard not to get bed sores. I want to have some fun before I get to that point, you know? And the sad part is I won't even make it that far because I don't have any children, so I don't have anyone to check up on me. Not only will I be the curled up person in the nursing home with the tubes going in them, and laying in my own poop. But I'm going to be the one that they're going to molest and attack because there's no family to come and check upon them. So anyways, I digress. I'm trying to get as much enjoyment out of life as I can. But, so, the fact that I want threesomes and these individuals don't want them, I'm really sorry. I really feel, and the fact that I know that they would be happy with me if I were to succumb to their needs and not ever. But I can't do that to myself. So, it's not going to work. Let's move on. This doesn't make me a bad person. And does it?
But what really is this other, like, we already know what happened with Trey.
Right.
You know,
so Patty,
yeah.
So Patty, she had been acting as if everything was okay until this point when I was starting to talk about Red. And all of a sudden, she's saying, well, have you ever been raped? If you don't know, and I said, well, one time I had to give a cop a blowjob. Does that count as rape? Or he was going to turn certain items in as evidence. I admit it. I was young and dumb and scared as shit. And life is a bitch. And so, but she didn't respond to that. And she just started going on and on about rape. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Wait, let me ask you this. Do you think, like, maybe you think she's talking to Trey, but what if she's also talking to Freddie?
Right.
Remember Freddie?
Right. It could have been Freddie too. Right. You're absolutely right. She could be talking very much well talking to Freddie. So
Freddie has been active again online.
Oh, good for Freddie.
You know what I mean? So maybe everybody's talking to Patty.
Wow, this is so crazy. So she said some more things about rape, and I was like still not understanding it, and I had gotten so upset. I was at work that I actually stepped away from work, and I actually told my boss that I think I should go to the police or something because somebody is accusing me of rape. All right, so this is freaking me out.
You dragged your boss into it too?
Well, I had no choice because I couldn't work. I'm sitting there trying to understand what is going on and what is this. I finally found. I'm gonna cut to the chase and then we'll go back to the description. This is what she called, and she downgraded it to attempted rape. While she was in my room, after we had had some fun, I said to Patty, "Can I bring my homeboy over?" There's actually a little club I'm trying to get into where you bring a chick to fuck and then they bring a chick to fuck, and then you accumulate points by bringing chicks in, and then the more chicks you bring in, the more pussy you get back. And some of it's primo stuff, and I'm trying to get into the fuck club. And so, but it's voluntary. She said no. I said okay.
Next, you said moving on.
Right. And then she went back to sleep, and then I cooked dinner, and then I got her on the, I got her on the train back to New York, all at my expense. And I thought everything was good. Well, she claims now, today, that me asking her if a third could come was rape. She claimed he was already on his way. Which he wasn't. So, this attempted rape was perpetuated by an individual that never stepped foot into the house. I guess maybe it's like one of those alternate realities where we know that there's any combination of things that could happen. I don't know. But the person didn't even leave their home. I texted them no, and they said, well, shorty, you got a demerit. So now I'm in the hot because I made a suggestion because I thought she was down with it, and I didn't. Actually, you want to be 100% honest? I was kind of relieved because, how can I put this? There's levels of honeylicious, and I hadn't had sex in 4 years, and I was just so happy that my barometer had moved kind of low, and I wasn't picky. And I wasn't.
Okay, so you basically saying that she wasn't the creme of the crop.
Right,
you know,
she wasn't.
I'm
sorry. And the fact that
so you was going to get a demerit either way. You was going to get a demerit.
I was going to get a demerit either way. In fact, I probably got a bigger demerit for her saying not showing than for her actually saying yes. You know. So it was like I was kind of relieved, and I never thought another thing about it. Not another thing about it. You know. In fact, right now, Pornhub has 100 threesomes, and my favorite ones are gangbangs. I love the friggin' gangbangs. I be like coaching. I'm like, look, her mouth is open. There's no dick in it. Oh, sorry. Was that a wee bit too much? So, I was okay because this was actually the first pussy I'd had in 4 years, and I was very grateful to Patty for what she gave me. And I thought, in the meantime, she canceled one time. She had and I understood that, the circumstances that I understood. And then I was going to try to hook up with her this weekend, and I was terrified of leaving my house because I didn't know if Trey was going to, put a hit on me. So anyway, I don't mean to laugh or belittle this. I think that this is horrible what she is saying, and that she is even using the R word in regards to me. I didn't even get 45 minutes of good fucking. Not that it would have mattered but everything between her and I was consensual, and whatever was imaginarily or may have happened in an alternate reality, if the butterfly had waved its wings in New York in Central Park, it didn't happen. So you cannot call it that. And the fact that now somehow she has gotten the info. Well, they're talking, and now Trey is going to take me to court in Ohio. Excuse me. Over the alleged imaginary person coming to my house to have sex with Patty, who never actually left their house. And so that's where I am right now. I'm laughing. I look happy. I look relaxed right now. I actually have been really upset about this whole thing. Saying it out loud now and talking to you about it, it makes me realize that maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. What do you think? Do you think I need a lawyer?
What I think is whatever's making her come at you with that, because only you truthfully, honestly know everything, Like, I'm sure you don't spill.
No, that was it. That was it. I can show you the text.
If there's something else that triggered Patty.
Nothing else. The only thing I can show you the DMs. The thing that triggered her was I said, "Oh yeah, you don't like threesomes either," and then she was like, "Oh, why did you put me in a category with her?" And now you're, and it was nothing else. And when she got down to it, all she could say was the fact that you asked me if somebody could come over, and they were on their way over, and they weren't. They were not. And the fact that it came so far after. I mean, we're talking August. Are we talking August? Yeah. Yeah, we're talking August. It's October. But
tell me more about you and Patty's relationship.
After that, she, you know,
I'm talking about like from beginning to end. Like what is
oh,
making her so want to hurt you so bad?
I met her on IG promoting Addicted to Studs, and and she was interested in City of Doms, and we just started talking, and I thought we clicked, and you know, and I invited her up here, and we had a nice time, and then our relationship after that was great. She would send me videos of her, you know, that I can't mention here. But if you get my drift, I mean, do you send videos to somebody that you think was bringing somebody over to? I can't even grasp my.
So that was after that situation. So her sending you explicit videos came after the situation that she thinks is rape.
Right. And I told her that. I said, you know, you sent me videos. How are you going to say that this and this happened, or even attempted to happen, or imaginarily happened, and yet you're still, you know, I mean, and I enjoyed every single one of them, and I thought everything was fine. It worried me, though, because I just never understand. And I don't blame her. I don't want to ever blame anybody for this, but I don't feel safe sending anybody videos like that. And I also worry about, like, you know, who else is. I don't know. But it was nice that she did, and I really appreciate it. I mean, it supplemented my.
So do you think? So you think the fact that? Do you think the fact that now that she recalls?
No, I think this is what happened.
Sending you these videos is why she would throw around rape allegations again.
I think she forgot about the videos prior to me bringing them up to her. I don't even think she thought about that. I think that her and Trey has been talking, and they tossed around the threesome thing and how it makes them mad. I happened to look at the last text that Trey sent me, and I scroll back, and she's sending me, first she's telling me stuff about how much she loves me, then she's telling me take all my shit down, and then she's telling me, I miss you, can you hit me up? And I had missed all of this because I wasn't reading Trey's text, and then she said something about taking me to court and for what you've done, and you can't get away with this. And I was like, what the heck did that come from? So that's obviously her and Patty's interactions. And I just think that I really don't know. I think part of the problem is that maybe my videos are being online. Maybe if I stopped producing anything for a while, maybe that irritates them. They see me enjoying my life and not suffering because they're not in my life. I really don't understand this. I just don't know why they would want to do this to me, and I have no. I don't even know what they want to get out of it. First of all, I know one thing. Trey's not going to be able to file rape charges against me in Ohio for something that happened in where I live to somebody that lives in New York. So I'm not really worried about that. But what I am worried about is people who cry rape falsely. And I don't want to say especially in the lesbian community, but I know so many lesbians who have had interactions with the police. In my younger days, when I was in my 20s, I was in a relationship where this chick would beat me every once in a while, and the police would come around. Well, in her case, she was lucky. She was a correctional officer, and they were in the same union, and the police convinced me not to press charges. But they did give me a ride to the hospital so I could have my lips sewn up. Nice of them. But I just hate that whole stigma that's attached to lesbians, and that we always have to go to the maximum and the craziness. I mean, I know it happens in heterosexual relationships too, so I mean, it is equality and stuff, but I don't know. I've just seen it so many times, especially when it's done and then that person goes back to that person and then the police is called again, and then it's just so tacky. But anyways, she's not going to go anywhere. This is just a fake thing, but I urge you people, don't ever cry rape if it's not rape. And if you've ever been falsely...
You have a real relationship? Like, I mean, is it more than you're telling me? Like, did you... I feel like Patty cared about you.
I've only seen her twice in my life.
Okay, but I still feel like you know, people can have online relationships. Did you care for her? I feel like she cared.
I did, but she's just accusing me of an imaginary attempted rape. My ability at this point to care about her has dropped to 0. I don't care how much I care about you. If you're trying to get me put in jail for something that didn't even happen, I can't even fathom that. This is what she is. Do you understand what she's saying? She's saying because I asked her, could my buddy come over and have sex? That was attempted rape. She said no, and he never left his house.
All right, so you have nothing to worry about in a court of law. If it's simply just that, then you don't have to be so defensive about it.
I'm not
just
defensive about it. I'm not defensive about it.
The fact that like it doesn't have to make you so distraught unless you know you really feel like you could be accused of rape.
I'm not distraught. I'm saddened by the behavior of someone I thought cared about me, and now I'm even more saddened by the fact that instead of her...
Well, you can't be so sad because you just sat up there and claimed that you only seen her in person 2 times. So you can't really be shocked of a person you've only seen.
You're right, and that's the other fact of the matter. I will no longer entertain any relationship with anybody online ever again. I don't want to meet you. I don't care if you're in my DMs telling me how wonderful and sweet I am, or if you think that there's something there. I will never respond to another person online. It has been nothing but craziness, and I'm not going to go down that path again. I've learned my lesson. No baby for me. No. And
so what are you going to do with the videos that you have with Patty?
Oh, they're deleted. They're stored somewhere. I'm holding on to them in case she comes at me. I'm not going to show them to anybody. I've never shown them.
Point. I mean, like, she has probably a level of understanding that you're this type to hold on to these videos in case you have to attack. And so, you know, maybe
what do you think? You think I should delete them? And then she can go ahead and say that she... You think I should delete them?
No, because you didn't try to have her raped. You mentioned a threesome. In any court of fucking law, no judge that's competent would even entertain this.
Right. So anyways, that's where I am right now. And I don't even think... I'm glad. I don't need a relationship. I learned a lot. I have learned a lot in this last... I was so happy to get some. And I thought, oh, this is the way, you know, it's going to be. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to finally get some. You know, and I told you about the chick well, we won't go into that. Yeah.
So how's Tika?
Oh, you know, that's over and done and never to be seen again. She's really well. The last, you know, I found a girlfriend and I hit on her.
Oh.
And then I got a friend of mine to hit on her too.
Oh. And how did you take that?
Huh?
Tika know?
Tika found out.
And what did Tika say?
Oh man. I am the lowest of the low. I have ruined her life. I have no idea what I put her through emotionally and financially. And I'm just playing. I think everything's a game.
But she didn't have, like, she's not going to hold her girlfriend to any responsibility?
No, because I did everything. And actually, though.
It's two to tango, though, don't it? It was like she kind
of. But now I know why Tika stays.
Uh-huh.
Bam Bam has skills. I think she's got some voodoo hoodoo buried somewhere because she can.
Experience, huh?
Oh man, yo.
So how's your friend like it?
Oh, I don't. She didn't get that far, but I guess I was lucky. I think right after that, that's when she was like, she's Tika snatched her phone and said, "Let me see that picture." I wish I could have been there. Ooh, did that come off a tad bit evil?
A little ratchet.
Actually, I'm really sorry because I guess I really caused a lot of damage. I guess she had invested some money in some property or something, and I messed her up. I do feel bad. I know it sounds like I'm just laughing, but I feel bad.
But I mean, so are you and Bam still kicking it or what?
No, Bam blocked me. She blocked me. She just won't respond to me at all. So
She hit it and quit it.
Yeah. Well, I think that
It's worth it though.
No, I think it's even worse than that because I guess to her I was this imaginary demon. She didn't know much about me, but she knew there was somebody else that Tika was involved in, and I guess I kind of tainted the. I don't know. I just really pissed her off because I'm everything that she hates, and she didn't know. I'm a little stinker, aren't I? That's the thing that's gonna get me into hell. So, I think Tika's gone, and I think it's for the best because I think she was just gonna play
Oh,
me.
for you to believe in hell, you got to believe there's a heaven. Let's not go back into this conversation.
No, we can't go back there.
Yeah, we can't go there.
We don't have enough time left to go there. Well, how have you been doing, Mo? You know, there have been some ladies expressing some interest in you.
Well, that's pretty sweet because they expressed that shit to you, not me. So, womp. That's a womp.
That's a womp. You want them to go straight to the source.
I mean, you know, we are grown. We are women of a certain age. So we don't have to play that high school shit no more. That
passing notes.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Do you like me? Yes or no?
We don't have to do all that no more. But however, that would be more forward than telling somebody else.
No, wait. It's I like you. Do you like me? And then there would be little boxes below. You never got those notes in school?
I mean, of course, but like I was like 8.
8, yeah. Yes,
that was only 90 years ago.
Oh man, I bet you were a cute little 8-year-old. Did you have pigtails?
You know what? I did, and I had that grown ass looking face, like how Blue Ivy looks like a fucking 30-year-old in her face. Yeah, that was me. Thank God I grew into that. But now I am an old lady, so it just never works out.
You're a hottie.
Hey.
Oh, we looking. I'm not looking. Don't worry. That wasn't a hit on. I'm done with that.
I get it.
I'm done. So, thanks for listening to my rambling. I don't know. I hope this plays out okay.
I do, but I think you should like clear the universe by probably deleting the videos you have of Patty, and she will probably see the stupidity in trying to claim rape because nobody would ever. They'd be like, okay, she said, "Can somebody come over?" How was that rape?
But here's the problem, though, with that. She's not telling that part of it until after. She had me going all day until she managed to say that that's what it was about. So the first thing the people are going to hear is the R word, not, oh, somebody was supposed to come over and I said no and she didn't come over. They didn't come over. She's saying R right out the gate.
Yeah,
And that's
but
the
like if
problem.
say it went to court and she's saying these and somebody somewhere believes the allegations, they are now going to have to investigate and they're going to get to the bottom
Right,
of the.
but I don't want to get that
Somebody's going to look like an
far.
idiot.
Yeah.
What side of the coin are you going to be on?
Right. Well,
So I say
but you
delete
know
the
what?
videos. Delete the videos. Apologize to Patty because it seems like you guys did have a little special
Hell
something going
fucking
on.
no! Hell fucking no!
Okay.
You don't accuse me of something that hideous after all the shit I did for her. And you're
All right, but you enjoyed the videos. You enjoyed some things. Y'all enjoyed some time. Y'all both got angry.
No,
Maybe
she accused me of rape. There's nothing to divide that line and to doctor it down and water it and anything else. I spent money on her. I spent time on her. I took care of her when she was here. And in return, that's what you give me? No, I don't apologize for that. You're just like asking the actual rape victim to apologize to the rapist. Hell fucking no. Patty hurt me to my soul. She took my innocence. She took my ability to trust people, and it's gone. And I'm not going to reward her for that. You don't say things like that about people lightly.
That's true.
What if I said I had her in my house? Oh my God, my diamond ring is gone. I had $100 in my box over there, and it's gone. What if I said that about her? I can't. No, there's no apology. There's no, and there's nothing else. There's nothing there. It's. I have supported people and helped people. If I'm gonna help you and support you, and then I get stepped on, what is the point of me helping and supporting you? I might as well keep my money and my time to myself and use it for something else. So she doesn't get an apology. I'm sorry. I don't even understand why you would think somebody would do that. If somebody came up and stabbed you and you bled on their shoes, are you gonna apologize for bleeding on their shoes? And I don't know. The fact that she was communicating with Trey behind my back, that was just kind of gross. I mean, what is Trey? I mean, Trey's never done a thing for her.
That's what I'm saying. But my big question is, what does Trey have to do with any of this? Like, she's coming with allegations too?
No. Her big problem with me was the day she wanted to, we were making plans for her to come and visit me. I mentioned to her that I had another friend
and everybody
to
gets
visit
that
me.
point. That's the only thing she's mad at?
That's what she's mad at. She went off on me. She says, I'm not sharing you with anyone else. And I was
like, what does this got to do with the Ohio court?
That's what she's going to the court to file charges on Patty's attempted rape.
Oh, in Patty's. She's going to do this in Patty's honor.
Right. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, please, they're going to laugh at her ass and probably bust her on a warrant that she had already that she didn't even know. So that's that.
Right.
We already know about that chick.
Right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous to even sit here and entertain
The biggest thing here now is that she has said in text that she's going to City of Doms and she's going to fuck me up. This is what Trey is saying. So, yeah. Oh, that's why we were talking about that whole thing before. Trey, yeah, because that's why Trey, Patty was coming to Trey's defense when I was saying I didn't feel like traveling because of the threats that Trey had made against me. And all of a sudden now I'm realizing that they're interacting, and that's when the threesome indignation comment came. But hopefully this recording, and I wanted to get this out because I feel that if it's out there, you know, then whatever she tries to do has less impact. Plus, I just feel sorry. I wonder how many other people have been falsely accused in this manner, you know? And like I said, I'm done. It's a shame, too, because I just got my guest bedroom all set up, but I'm not having anybody else here. It was fun, and it was nice to have company. I mean, and to show, you know, Rhode Island around, but it's not worth the danger anymore. Chicks, they be bugging.
But you ain't new to the game. You know that.
No. Right, but I have been out for 4 years and just so desperate to just get, you know, something. And I told you about my clock ticking down.
All right, so then for the record and for the whole world to know, you met Patty online. It was a little situation where, like, you know what? It was sweet. It was attentive. It was a little thing. You cared for her. She cared for you. You met her a couple of times, had good times when you met her. Right? And then out of the woodwork comes these situations of rape allegations.
No, not. I don't even want to call it that. Of me inviting somebody here who never showed up. Because that's not even. That's why I'm worried about the whole situation, because people don't even look.
So are you saying that Patty got upset that you were going to invite Trey?
No, Trey wasn't even in the picture at the time. Actually,
so Patty mad that you invited the other friend that came for 10 days?
No, Patty thought. I asked Patty if another friend of mine, a guy friend, could come by and we could have some fun. And Patty said no, and I said okay. She is now
claiming. Recently?
No, that was back in August.
All right, so that's what I'm trying. I'm just trying to figure out, like, when did it really go so angry for her? Because you said she sent explicit videos since then.
Right. The anger started, it was today. It wasn't until we started talking about Red and threesomes that she got angry. If this happened,
because you made that joke. Because you made the joke.
Right.
It turned into that.
No, not a joke. It wasn't a joke. It was.
You were like, because you said, "Oh, she doesn't like threesomes either." Right. You were kind of making a joke.
No, I wasn't making a joke. I was just acknowledging that maybe she wasn't the person to talk about someone who didn't like threesomes, because she doesn't like threesomes as well. Oh, you know, maybe that's not a good point to bring up, you know. Although, in retrospect, she did tell me in the beginning she liked threesomes, and she did want to do a threesome with Freddie. So, it was just a bunch of weird stuff that all of a sudden blew up because she's been talking to Freddie. I mean, she's been talking to Trey. Anyways, I'm not a bad person.
You're not a bad person at all.
And I don't know, you know, what's going on with the karma or whatever in this world right now, but I'm stepping back. And but I would like maybe you can holler at one of my friends.
Which one?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a choice.
Okay.
Well, I would love for you to go after Tika.
You're messy, but I like it.
Just get to know her.
But why? Because, like, what if I really dig her? She seems sweet.
She is sweet.
You know, us city girls like them country girls.
And she's smart, and she's amazing in so many ways. Actually, I wouldn't
still hung up on her ass.
Her ass.
Same old April.
I'm like Jessica Rabbit. I don't mean to be bad. I was just drawn that way.
Hey.
Boy, we're dating ourselves. Man. You know, they actually said that on, what show was I on? Oh, on Elementary. There was a guy named Roger who somebody had set up, and like one of the characters said, well, we have to do this, and then we have to do that, and then we have to find out who framed Roger. I'm like, that is so funny. Roger Rabbit. Anyways, so I tell you what, I'll give you her number, and why don't you just give her a call when you get a chance, and we'll see what happens. You don't have to tell me anything. I just think you guys will hit it off really well. You know, and I know she's going through a rough time, and Bam Bam is, you know.
Mm-hmm. And who is this?
Tika.
Oh, okay.
So I know you don't want anything complicated.
You said choices.
Huh?
You said you had a couple of choices.
Oh, you want to know my other choice? Well, that's my main one. If you're gonna go for that, well, there's my little friend Tiffany, or as you know, Erica. She's hot, you know. And of course, is my girl Christine. But she's quite the woman. She has many layers to her. You know that.
Mm.
And I just don't mean in her cupcakes.
I'm gonna have to test some of them cupcakes too. Though.
I know. I'm
kind of excited. I'm excited. High key excited.
Yeah, I wonder if she ships. I haven't asked her that yet. Maybe I should go to upstate New York.
I did ask her. She said she hasn't gotten to that portion of the business.
Okay, all right. Maybe I'll have to just go up to upstate New York.
We might just have to fly her out.
Yeah, or maybe she'll bring some to City of Doms. I'm so excited.
Honestly, she should, and then automatically she's gonna have to.
Are you coming
to City of Doms? Negative. Unfortunately, I work too much to ever have fun. Well, especially that far away. Like if it was kind of like down the street, I probably could make it because I get off in enough time to probably come out there. You know, make that late entrance. But
maybe in February we could fly you out.
Fuck that, man. Like if I have the type of job. If I don't go to work, I won't make money.
Oh. All right. Okay.
Yeah. It's one of those. Right. It's one of those.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to me. Wish me luck.
Yeah.